Okay, I think that we got it now. Can you hear me, good people of the internet? Can you hear me speak? I hear a let's go. I think I'm good to go. So I hope you can hear me, and I hope you enjoy. Absolutely. Okay, I have some feedback. It works. That's great. So, today, I just wanted to do a stream. Now, why the hell would we want to do a stream? Well, there's multiple reasons for that. Number one would be that I decided to do a Discord, so let's go. That's some good thing that we can do, some community building, like they call it, and we can also do a quick face reveal because why hide my face behind this beautiful maple syrup can while we can just speak human to human. And after that, I may be doing some other things. I have some plans, but I don't know if it's a good idea or not. So let's start with the least important thing today, which is my face. So let's start with that, shall we? How's it going, folks? Now you have shattered the barrier between your perception and who I really am. So here I am. Ooh, I've got some good comments. I like that. So thank you for the comments. We're going to read them because I like it. But yes, so I'm here today. Decided to put the Canadian kit. Decided to, I don't know, I just want to talk a little bit. And my daughter may, maybe somewhere in the background, or, okay, she's asleep. Stream died. Oh, hope not. Tu es beau. Thank you. Okay, so I don't think that the stream died, although YouTube is pretty much telling me that my bitrate is absolute garbage. But yeah. So yes, proud to be a Québécois. Indeed, really proud to be Québécois. That's the basic. So stream stopped for a bit. Fonctionne parfaitement. Stream alive and well. Okay, we're good to go. So it's all good. You know what? I'm going to remove a bit of the movement here. Okay, centered. So here. Okay, we're good to go. So now we don't have movement in the background. Same here, just stop. Help! Okay, I hope that this... Oh man, it's dying. Okay, what's the plan here? Give me half a second. I'll adjust the resolution. Okay, so now it will probably work. I mean, 2K is probably a little bit ambitious, considering that I had some internet issues right before starting this stream, and yeah, it should work a little bit better now that we don't have the background, and also now that I've updated the resolution a little bit. So now you see me, but more pixelated. So great, it's a stream. Who cares? So let's talk a little bit more. We have more people coming in. It's always fun. More interaction. We're going to be able to talk a little bit together. Yes, it may have some issues on mobile, but yeah, who cares, because they're not hearing us if if the stream isn't working for them. So still works. It's good now. Okay, it's all good. There's some chance that I was talking alone in my room and just speaking to the wind. So the first thing being done, I wanted to do that face reveal and start speaking a little bit more freely, so that way we may be able to do a little bit more stream with more interesting things on it. So second things, let's get that Discord started. Maybe you guys want to speak a little bit with me, or maybe you want to shitpost on a group that other people do like to talk Linux and things like that. So I'll spam it a little bit in chat if you want to join. That should be the link for it. VPN to the rescue. Okay, so the place that you wouldn't want to load my stream. That's good. That's good. Now it works. That's the most important thing. So thank you for all the positive things that you say. Of course, it's always appreciated. We're going to be able to... What is your plans to talk about in the next time? Well, next time, I have no clue. Maybe we will do something a little bit with a little bit more substance, or maybe I'll do a little bit more of a show talking about the news. Who cares? There's a bunch of things that I might do or might not do. You might hear my daughter also just yelling in the background. That's normal. So, yeah. So for today, I have a big subject today. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it, folks. I'm doing it. We will choose my distro, okay? Because I have an issue. You know what? Let's play a game. Let's play a game together. Yes, you want to play too? That's great. So, the game today is Guess My Distro, okay? And I have a spoiler for you. Contrary to all of my videos, it's not Ubuntu. So, can anybody here guess what my OS is? What am I using? because that's an issue, okay? So if anybody has a guess, they can spam it in the comments. I want to see what your guests are. What distro does my daughter use? Continue spamming distros. Once I find somebody that has the right one, I'll tell it. But what distro does she use? Well, she uses an Android right now because she's using the TV, and she's yelling at it, of course. So that's fun. And yeah, she has her own keyboard. I don't know. I no, you cannot see it, but she has a keyboard that I've given her. And yes. Okay, so let's just go through your guesses because that's going to start being funny. So we have Gentoo, Mentor Fedora, OpenSUSE, Gentoo again, Archer Gentoo, LFS, that's a great one. And start with the base, give us a hint. You're not going to guess it. Or maybe there's like a 400 IQ person here that will guess it, but I truly don't think that you will. So you know what? I'll help you all. It's not. You're all going to be triggered. It's not Ubuntu based, okay? It's not Debian based at all. So Fedora, Debian. He's not using Garuda. I only use Garuda. That's true. Slackware. Oh my God, the pressure's mounting. Why did you retract that message? So, well, let's be honest. Slackware. Who uses Slackware nowadays? Alpine. That's a great guess. That's a great guess. WSL. Okay. PC Linux OS. SUSE. Okay, I'm going to give it. I'm using Windows. Yes, I'm going to put a toaster in my bath in the near future. WSL is a really good guess. I'm not using WSL, but you're having fun, eh? So I'm using Windows. Yep. So since 2 years ago, I migrated from a Linux user, which I've been for 10 years before that, and I needed to be on Windows, mostly because I needed to do things in a more streamlined manner, because I needed to, well, do some, I don't know if I want to get into it, but fuck it. I needed to do some games, so I was a game dev a little bit before, and yeah, making games on Linux is kind of suicidal. You're wasting a lot of your time unless you don't care about being commercially viable. So, yeah, I ended up on Windows, and I have not, absolutely, I'm a traitor, and I have not migrated back to Linux yet. What I did is I decided to switch back to Linux, but I'm not going to just throw myself at whatever distro I used to use. I want you to choose it, right? How about we do this a little bit fun? How about you give your ideas and we will choose a distro. So, Battle Royale, we're all going to trash each other and give out arguments, and we're going to do a poll. How about that? Does that sound fun? WSL. I see a lot of people were back in the yeah, I don't have my my words today that are a little bit late in the stream, but they're going to catch up, I guess. The next OS will be DOS. That would be funny. DOS is indeed a pretty fun OS. MS DOS especially. So okay. So now that everybody's kind of catch up and has gotten the news that I'm an absolute traitor, how about we fix that? Now, which FS, which OS, which distros are you using? Are you using? You give out your ideas. I want your ideas. What's the most popular? Okay, and I'm going to get a bunch of Arch over here. I know. Use utux. What the hell is utux? I want to see that. Okay, let's... Utux. Just the obby OS kernel. Oh man, that sounds like... Oh, okay, that's a Rust one. Oh god. Oh god, is that like just a kernel running? No. No, I ain't doing that. Oh man, I come back to the chat and everybody's spamming Fedora, Gentoo. I dual boot OpenSUSE. So it's war to the death, indeed. I'm using Fedora i3 Spin. What is i3 Spin? Because I use i3. I used to use i3. i3 Spin, is it just the... Okay, it's just a Fedora with i3 in it? Okay. Sounds great, honestly. I like i3. I use Void, by the way. What's Void? Let's check out Void. I should share my screen. You know what? Let's do this. Let's start being some real streaming. Okay? Let's boot up some Firefox Dev Edition so that I don't leak anything personal. Alright? Is there anything that I wouldn't want ya guys to see? No. So let's get started. Let's put me to the side. Oh man, that looks professional. Whew. Okay. And now we're going to be able to search thing live. NixOS. NixOS. I've probably never tried this. What's special about Void? We need some arguments here, okay? We need some real arguments, because right now we're spraying shit at the wall, and yes, I'll add user mode in the few months. Okay, so you're just making some shameless publicity here with your utux. You're just the absolute unit that's making... Yes, absolutely. I didn't see it, but he's right there, okay? An owl, just absolute unit making his own kernel. Come on, that's really cool. That's really cool. I couldn't even hope to be that smart. Use a Mac. Good luck on that. Although their ARM Mac is... It's impressive. It's impressive. They're doing some great job. I think that it's a good move by Apple. Very good move. For a tinkerer, Arch and ZFS has been great. Just stays out of the way. Package manager dropped the files where they're supposed to be, and that's it. Okay, so you're asking me to trust the package manager. That's probably what everybody should do, but I mean, my experience with Arch and Manjaro, because I've tried both, my experience with both of those is that they will self-deconstruct within about 6 months, which, I mean, if you're okay with just reinstalling your OS every 6 months and putting everything in your /home, and you have /home in a different partition, good for you, I guess. Or maybe you'll just be lucky and not have it commit toaster bath. Okay, just stay away from anything GNOME. I used to use GNOME a lot, but performance on GNOME is absolute garbage sometimes. What are you looking for in a distro? I don't even know. There's two parts in my brain right now. There's the part of me that's used to use Linux as an absolute pain tool, like use the most hardcore way to use your OS and just try to learn how the system works. So there's a part of me that wanted to do that, but there's the other part that's like, would be fun to just use Linux to maybe get shit done and have fun. So I'm not good with that. I'm going to make my mind right now as we go along finding what is good. LXQT as my DE. Well, that's... You're probably hearing or having a lot of fun right now, but LXQT is indeed a good QT. I don't know, can I share the chat with you? LXQT, let's share the chat. How will I do that? Pop-up chat. Ooh, that's my fun. Whoop. Let's not share things that we're not supposed to here. Oh, come on. And yes, by the way, if you want to die, I'm using Edge as my main browser. It actually works pretty great. Okay, so where were we? We're talking about LXQT. LXQT is fast. That's its thing. Fast and it's fun because it's fast, but it doesn't have much than that. I mean, if I'm using LXQT, would I not use something like i3 or Sway? Yeah, I should probably use something that uses Wayland, right? That should be it, right? Well, most OS use Wayland nowadays. Void is like Alpine. It uses musl libc instead of glibc. Okay. Are you a user of it? Does anybody uses Void or Alpine so that we know if it crashes because of that? Because, well, it shouldn't, right? The basic function of libc are so simple they can be done just through simple machine code that you can write yourself. So most of the time that shouldn't be an issue. But if anybody has had any issues, I would be more than happy to hear about it. I've only been using my setup for like 3 months and I got nothing, Chief. Okay, that sounds exactly like me. Hello, Maple. Hello, Sis. Wow, that sound a little bit weird. Okay, Void kind of sucks in the Bluetooth department. You have to compile things from my experience. Oh, so you're reading my mind. You sent that even before I asked for it. Thank you. Currently working on USB 2 support. Wow. That Oh my god, USB must be such a pain to make something work, right? Because USB is not only a standard, but over that you have like a bunch of not sub protocol, but ways that you're supposed to communicate with. Oh, I'm talking to a USB key, I should do that. Oh, I'm talking to an audio device, I should do that. So you kind of have 2 layers of support to do there. Must be a pain. Good luck with that. I use Fedora i3 Spin because, well, it comes with i3 pre-install and it uses BTRFS by default without me having to set it up. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm reading like absolute garbage, but that's just me. Live with it, okay? Yes. Well, we've seen that BTRFS is really only good if you want backups, and in my experience, BTRFS won't be important. I have a NAS downstairs, and I abuse it very, very regularly, so BTRFS is absolutely useless to me. I'm just doing backups every time I'm loading up my computer. So yeah, I'm going to use something way more efficient, so XFS, or maybe even Bcachefs in the future if, well, if Kent don't stop being a good human being. Let's hope. So Commander, which is an absolute unit that has been in my comments for a long time, which is like, Maple face reveal, the goat! Human, but meh. Absolutely. Love you too, Commander. It also doesn't update too much like Arch. I don't want to have to update my system every day. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Fedora. Indeed, Fedora doesn't have the same issues as Arch. I mean, I have a hard time trusting Arch, although I may just say screw it and do it. So here we have a big Pac-Man command that says a bunch of things. There's an obvious choice, LFN. Absolute maximum pain. Okay. No, reinstalling is the coward's way out. True! But actually, I kind of disagree with this. When I started my Linux journey, I really wanted to learn everything about it. So what I did, it may sound very insane because it kind of is that I decided to go about installing Ubuntu, but in server mode. Not even in server mode. Before there was a minimal mode, which was like desktop mode, but with even less thing to it. Um, Not even having a desktop, it was only a terminal. And I would install every part of the Linux so that I could have something that work. At the end, I would have a full desktop and everything, it would work. But every time that I would do it, I would get to like the 400th option, like, oh, now I'm installing the theme for my DE. Oh, I've installed the wrong thing. Time to reinstall and do it perfectly this time. So I did it so much that I could just reinstall my OS. I knew it how to do it um, from the dome. Didn't need to have any notes. Could just enter the 400 command line that I needed to. It helped me a lot trying to understand how at least Ubuntu worked. So that was fun. And Ubuntu is really fun because it's hard to screw your system in a way that it just won't work anymore because of how it's done. So, okay. Then your choice is LFN. Indeed. LFN would be pure pain. The problem with LFN is I did everything. Um, I was researching at the same time that I was doing the videos. There was no real thought put into how I should do things in the future. I just did it. So it's kind of hard to kind of see in the future what's going wrong or what is not going to work. And LFN is pretty much quarantined for now. I don't think that I will be able to do something fun with it. Maybe we'll be able to do a system D if I have some time to waste, but it's always a lot of time to be able to make a new video, so it's not really the best of ideas to invest my time in that. Have you used Gentoo? I used a version of Gentoo, which is Calculate Linux. If I'm not mistaken, it's Russian. But Calculate Linux is kind of a chimera. It's a blend of Gentoo and compiled software. So there's some software, especially closed source software, that will be offered. So it kind of gives you a Gentoo experience, but you don't have to like forego everything that is not open source. So it's kind of fun, but I didn't stick around too long for that. I mean, Gen 2 looks like a fun project, but it looks like pure pain. And also compiling your software is like, I understand that we gain performance, but I'm losing like so much watts of power just trying to compile things day in and day out. Not really. Doesn't seem very smart to me unless you really want to have something optimized for a server workflow. That might make a little bit more sense. Fedora should be perfect. It's bleeding edge enough and stable enough for long use. I was really thinking about Fedora, so I'm leaning in a little bit here. I've been liking Sway, other than the fact that it's not easy to add randomized. Okay, that it's not easy to add randomized desktop background. Indeed, background in Sway and i3 are kind of weird. I messed around a bit for those, and they never were really that great. Anyway, there's also been the glibc in Void. Okay. Um, okay, so what are you talking about? LFN. I use it on a Pi for a bit. Had a friend that used it, but okay, you're talking about Void here. So Void. I used it on a Pi for a bit. Had a friend that used it, but like my stuff to work. Libc woes are real. FYIY. Sorry, FWIW. What the hell does that mean? I'm going to. Oh man, for what it's worth, I'm booming out here. I'm being a little bit of a boomer. So, for what it's worth, I have stopped distro hopping with Garuda Mocha. It's been. It is the most just work distro I've come across. Alright. I've heard a lot of good things with Garuda. If I'm not mistaken, Garuda is really a just work distro, but it's also one with a lot of stuff in it, right? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Garuda has so much stuff, like right at the start. It feels a little bit weird. And if you're using a distro like that and you're just using like I know that you can pretty much get the terminal version of Garuda if you would want to. It feels kind of dumb to either have to use a version that has been heavily edited or use pretty much Arch. So don't know about that. So where were we? Where were we? Device driver, not doing that at the moment. Just the base protocol. Okay, so an owl that's using that is currently doing is on kernel only the device driver, which makes sense. I mean, um, yeah, doing just doing the protocol itself for USB makes a lot of sense because if you're going on each little thing trying to make things work, that's absolute suicide. Okay. I use Void from Arch Linux. Okay. Oh. Isn't Void minimal to the point to not include some lesser used program? Maybe. Who knows? What's up, main? If you got a NAS, great, but BTRFS is dope in my opinion. If you don't, lol. Can beat Snapshot if you do a lot. Yes and no. Oh man, I may be triggering some people here. I use Cobian Backup. There's probably an equivalent for Linux, or you can do the same thing on Linux, of course. But I do backups for things that are fairly small, and other things you can do full backup. Sorry, you can do partial backups for the big thing. You can do full, complete backups for the smaller things. So it's pretty great. I hate when it does that. Okay. I don't think you'll notice a performance difference with normal use of a file system. I'm referring to BTRFS. Absolutely. Vibin. Um, I agree that you won't find any difference from normal use, especially that I'm speaking, little demon. Come here. Get that. Hi. Okay. Yes, you probably won't notice anything between file system, but still, it feels a little bit weird to have a bleeding edge and an NVMe SSD and be like, oh, I'm just going to use the FS that's kind of weak on performance. But hey, you do you. I use Arch on my laptop. Server is proxmox and WSL/WSL. Ubuntu. My brain is broken. I don't know what you mean by that. And that's open source? What? Why did I think that that was closed source? I'm probably mixing it with something else. But okay, my brain okay. I was mostly showing the 2013 timestamp on my Arch install. What the hell, bro? Oh, 2013. Okay, that's a flex. That's a flex. Let's go. So it's let's go. It looks like PewDiePie does made Linux general for normal people. Yeah, I heard that he's using Linux or something. By the way, I go by the name of Toad. Oh, hi Toad. Thank you. I would have never been able to guess your name. I lightweight been. Okay, my brain has a hard time today, but I'll get through it. I lightweight been considering going to Void or Gentoo from CachyOS, mostly for fun boredom. CachyOS is like the ultimate Arch though, in my opinion. That's true. CachyOS gives the optimization that we truly need. What are you doing? She's fishing for me. So, and she's winning. So, I'm sorry. Would you like to share the link in the Discord? Absolutely. Let's do that. Whoop, I've got other things copied. Let's get that. We've got people joining in. And by the by, whoa, sorry. I started things backward here, okay? So, the first thing that I need to do is thank you, Q King, okay? If you're watching this, you absolute unit, where are you? Q King, okay? Q King, this absolute unit, he's not here now, but it's okay. He came out of the woodwork just one day in my comments. Are you trying to mute me? You're trying to mute me. Okay. So, he came out of the woodwork and he was like, hey buddy, so my brain's is not working today. Hey buddy, I've got a Discord for you. And I was like, what? You've got a Discord for me? What do you mean? So he made this Discord server, like the whole thing. He just set it up with the bot, everything. And I got to tell you, okay, I used Discord back in the day. Back in the day, whoa, not that old, like 4 years ago. Okay, maybe a little bit old. So 4 years ago, I used to use Discord, and I've kind of abandoned it for the last 2 weeks, 2 years, sorry. So yeah, it felt great having something that works in a real server like right away. Thank you, Q King. That was absolute unit move. Okay, so do they offer binary package now? I mean Gen 2? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, definitely worth optimizing some and using binary on most. Absolutely. But in my, from what I know, that's Calculate Linux. UX for the win. Let's check out what UX is. So give user control. UX, GNU/X. Ooh, GNU, we gotta say GNU is a package manager for GNU/Linux system. Intended to give people more control. Then how does it do that? So a bunch of package. Okay, I'll read that later, but I don't get it. Anyway, I'll put more time on it. I use out of habit, not really for optimization. Okay. Yo, UX, I've been wanting to play with it. It's Arch with the better package management and policies. The fact is that it is source-based. Sorry, the fact that it is source-based means that you can not upgrade stuff. Okay, don't know what that meant, but maybe it's my brain. So, yeah, Gruda is junky, man. Is it just a misspelled Garuda? Is it? Yep. Rip. But yeah, that's Toad. That's how I feel about Garuda. Great informative videos, man. Cheers. Indeed, I put a lot of time in them. Garuda is geared towards gamer, absolutely. But in my experience, distros that are geared towards gamer will really do some dumb things, right? Because most of the time there's no real optimization that are possible for gamers. Well, maybe if your distro works with Wine a little bit and you compile a custom kernel, you can get like maybe 2% more performance in some situation. But I've never really seen a distro, at least today, that will outperform everybody else for gaming if you just do those 5 easy tricks. I've seen the inverse. Like you have some distros that will containerize everything and they say they're for gamers, but the fact that they're containerized means that you lose a little bit of performance. Garuda is okay, and content creator sounds like he's sounds like he'll be happy in the world of Diet Pie. What What the hell is Diet Pie? Oh man. Yep, that sounds exactly like me. That sounds like put your Raspberry Pi on the most minimal thing. Highly optimized. That's me. How did you Desert Blizzard, you read me like a book. That's exactly me with my Pi. So in the future, that's what I'm going to use on my Pi. Although I don't have that much Pi project um, uh, lately. Well, I don't have much project apart from videos. Void has minimal and desktop install option. Desktop comes with more component like the DE. Okay, so Void is not just an Arch but suicidal. It's actually a desktop. That's fun to know. Hey, les morveux. Lol. Okay. Promox love. So sounds like Promox is the way to go for a lot of things. I'm a big Ubuntu server fan, so I know that a lot of people would want to blow their brains out by hearing that, but I'm sorry, you're gonna have to live with that. How do you not know about Promox? I've heard about Promox, but that I have just man, all the things that are pre-done, the interface like that, they never seem to work great for me. I've worked a little bit with, oh man, what's the name? For storage, NAS, Distro, Linux. Please, open Media Vault. I've done it, and it was absolute garbage. I've done... Do I have others? No, there's no others that I remember. Anyway, those kind of pre-done interface TrueNAS I've worked with, but TrueNAS can work a little bit better because TrueNAS is not Linux, right? Am I mixing thing? It's FreeBSD. No? It is a family of Linux and FreeBSD. That's not Catholic. That's not no. 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 that needs to be fixed. What the hell is that? Okay. Operating system, Debian, Linux. Oh, okay, that's the pain. Okay, I get it. I get it now. So that's why I knew. Wow, no. That's why I thought it was FreeBSD. It's FreeBSD, but now it's switched to their new thing. Oh. And when was the last time that was updated? Anyway, initial release 2022. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I've never had good luck with those. I feel like they always just not do the exact thing that you want, right? Because they're going to allow you to do your setup, but limited. And then you're going to be like, how about having some Samba share that works and that has actual performance? And you try to mess around with it, and now you've got a bunch of errors, and you're done, and you can just go commit toaster bath, right? So no, I really don't like those things. And also, there's some things that probably Linux is not good to do. I'm talking about routing here. Anyway, let's not get into that subject. Okay, what is your favorite text editor? I'm a big Nano fan. Again, cringe for me. I know a lot of people are like, Vim. But no, I am a big Nano fan. How did you learn the more advanced concept about Linux you talk here about here on your channel? Okay, my brain died. Anyway, how did I learn those concepts? Simple, okay? What I do, here's what I do for my video. First of all, quick plug. Okay, next video, that's the next video, folks. That's going to be fun. That's fun, okay? Enough spoilers. So, what I do is that I mostly go look at, okay, let's copy that over, go look at the kernel documentation. And this is going to have a lot of things. and a lot of interesting things. And what's going to happen is you will read this and you'll be like, oh my god, I don't understand anything. So you're going to check, oh, what does page table even mean? So you're going to copy that over, you're going to go into Google, and then you're going to check. You're going to read the wiki a little bit, and you're going to have some sense of whatever the hell is going on. Rinse and repeat for the whole page. And by the end, you should probably like, yeah, that's like the most not done video I've ever done, but you're gonna be able to do something like this. And the big reason why I do my, you know what? Let's go on my website. Dismiss. Where's the website? Here it is. Okay, let's go. Let's do this for real. I think I've uploaded one of it. Yeah. Okay, that's what we want. So you're gonna end up doing things like this. So the reason why I do those things is yes for the videos, but number one reason is because I'm absolutely dumb. So I'm not able to remember and know how things work without actually mapping it out. So it was really hard for me to just understand how the virtual address split into all of those different parts. And once I've mapped it out and I write everything down, everything just clicked in. It became very obvious and oh my god. And it became way simpler. So that's how you do. You just rinse and repeat. You torture yourself. Don't stop reading about it. And once you're done, you're just going to understand it like it's a second language, right? And that's what happened with EXT. So EXT2, EXT3, EXT4. I went so far. EXT4 is the one that is clinically insane. Like I mapped out absolutely everything, and it allowed me to understand everything because when you're mapping out things like that, right? When you're mapping out that, you're reading every one of them. Now, on the website, it's going to be way clearer. Let's pull it up from the website. Okay. No. Oh man. Okay, I quit while I was generating it last time, so that's on me. Anyway, so when you do those things and you write all that text, I don't just copy paste it. Of course, I copy paste some of it, but I don't just copy paste it. I actually do the research to understand what meta means in that case and what the MMP interval is in that case. And by the end, I understand pretty much everything. So it's just reading, rinse and repeat. So we're gonna have to speed things up here. You guys have a lot of questions. Why are you yelling? Oh, you're vibing. Okay. Don't stop. Gen 2 does offer bin package. Ooh, the whole thing is it's reproducible. Thank you. Actual answers. Of course, containers. It's basically NixOS but GNU. Okay, I don't give a shit about GNU. Which one is the best between Rust or C? Buddy's out here just shoving Molotov on the ground at his feet and is like, it's going to blow up, bro. Yeah, but both have their strength. We can open the debate if y'all want. And it's not insane. Well, ooh, we've just, I'm just roasting everybody. Hey man, your thoughts on Nix? No idea. The fact that this source base, okay, we're gonna have to catch some things up here because I'm so late that it doesn't make sense to me. I swear by CachyOS, down with Bazite. Yeah, Bazite is, doesn't actually have, anyway, I've made a review back. It's not on the channel because the quality of the video is not good enough. I've cut a lot of videos because the quality were not good enough. I've had different part of this channel history. I've had part of the channel where I was in mode more videos is better, where I made one video every 2 days. That was insane considering that I had her to take care of. But yeah, I used to do that. the quality was garbage. So after that, I decided to go into the kernel stuff, which was way funnier. Um, a computer blade cluster, maybe. Yeah, that sounds like an absolute pain setup. Please give me that pain. Thank you for producing such wonderful educational videos. You're welcome. Nick slang is cool, and Nick's OS used to be good till the kicked. Oh, I think it's a day. Till they kicked the creator and John Rigger. Oh yeah, I think I know. Is Nick's like the thing where everybody like brings up politics with it and they kick somebody because like quote unquote woke or oh man, if I start reading that, I'm going to become an absolute menace. You don't want to hear my political takes. It's actually one of my pastime, but in Canada, you're trying to mute me, demon. You won't succeed. Okay. I must look so insane because she's not in frame, right? I'm not speaking to nobody, okay? She exists. It's hot in here, okay? Oh, okay, I get it. Give me 2 minutes because she has done a poo-poo. So that's why. I'll be back. I'll be quick. Vibe without me. Sorry. Okay. So anyone want to bet if he washes his hand? I did. So I'm the quick reloader of babies, okay? I am the fastest around. And yes, my hands were washed. Well, my hands have been washed in the process of reloading this baby, okay? So you, you, you doubter, okay? So let's just run through your comments so I can still do this, okay? Okay. So, who was talking about rel here, okay? Rel is pretty much the most popular choice for server. I'm not sure that's true. Is that true? Oh man, we don't search that. Anyway, yeah man. Boo Rel, boo, go Rocky. I mean, I know that Rel used to make a lot of money, but I think that that's kind of back in the past, right? Um, Scale is Debian based. You're thinking of TrueNAS Core. I've been a good time of NixOS. Okay. I've got no dog in this race, just to be clear. I don't blame people for using Nix, but it pissed off a lot of people. I use Nix and never got into the politics and dramas that happen. Can't say that it is something that I noticed or affected me as a user. How the hell did you suddenly get from Promox to NAS servers? By the way, you're pronouncing Promox wrong. It's Proxmox. Oh man, that's true. Goddamn. So Proxmox. Proxmox is an open source virtualization platform that combines KVM for virtual machine and LXC for containers, which with a web-based management interface. Okay, so the reason why I went from Proxmox to NAS is because my critique was not directly with Proxmox, but it was with any OS that is using an interface and any software. Oh man, anything that I cannot program myself. That was the issue, because every time that I use those pre-made interface that just are kind of done for you, they never work for me. But maybe Proxmox is good enough. It gets old. So many communities now to lol. I wish I had a reason to use Proxmox. What is the note-taking software you are using? It makes really cool charts. So I'm using Obsidian. Obsidian is truly like God-given because you can do those cool chart. Now I've made a video on how I actually generate them for the web, which is probably like the coolest thing I've done short of my EXT videos. But the note taking is really, really fun with it, right? Because you can do your titles. Let me give you a real page here. You can do your titles with the hash symbol, and you can do links to other page. You can do tables. You can do those kind of quick things that you can have some text where okay, I'm putting that. Okay, let's do that. We're doing that. Okay, we're doing that right now. You know what? Here we go.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Okay, so that was me becoming insane while I was researching EXT. So anyway, yes, you can do all of those fun things. Obsidian is truly great. It's not open source though. So if you're a GNU tard, okay, I'm going to say it. If you're a GNU tard, it might be an issue. They offer a service where you can upload them to the web. It's like a couple of bucks a month. It's really worth it. If you're not using the actual canvas, they call it. I call them schematics. If you're not doing schematics with custom scripts, well, do that. It's way simpler, it's way better. But I'm using custom scripts, so screw me, and I need to deal with it. So the best part of Proxmox for me is Proxmox Backup Server. It makes easy to do 3-to-1 backups. Otherwise, I would probably roll my own in NixOS. How about health format some of these days? Okay. I don't have good enough hardware for Proxmox. Lol, servers will suffice. That's how I felt for a long time. I'll probably use your EXT videos as a reference when I write an EXT FS driver. Indeed, the best thing that I understood from my EXT research is that you probably should start by doing an EXT2, and then you can build everything over it. It's really, really fun how it's been made. Rust versus C. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Indeed. Yeah, your driver videos are really good. Thank you. I would like that video. I like that video he did on ext4. Indeed, thank you. Do you have planned for the next Linux from scratch video? Some of us are some of us are really becoming interested in it. Well, that's what I was talking at the start of this video. Oh man, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do another one. I may do a completely different series. I may do one just for systemd, because systemd, I mean, who has seen systemd been installed, right? That's something that you never see. You never see somebody just installing systemd. But yeah, that, you know what? I'll zoom that in a little bit. I see that it's like impossible to read. Yeah, so Linux from nothing would probably be fun for systemd, but apart from that, no. It's probably a dead series. I would also enjoy that. I would also enjoy that as well as more driver and kernel builds. Thank you. Yes, lol, don't. We're all Nazis. Who disagrees? Okay. We're going to go into some political debates nowadays. It's going to be intense. Lol, lol. Anyone want to bet if he washes his hand? Okay, we're back there. Attaboy. Okay. Process, reloading, laugh my ass off. Okay. I think it is the most popular server. Okay. Then okay. We're back live. Are we? Yes, we're back live. Okay. Systemd sounds so chaotic and pain. Count me in. Indeed. Systemd is probably, well, it is very weird because you need a bunch of stuff to compile it, but it sounds like nobody is intending you to actually install it yourself. They're just looking at you and they're like, okay, so that's the source. If you don't know how to compile it, go fuck yourself. Okay, that's how it is. Just deal with that. So yeah, that's how it feels to read the systemd documentation. They're like, oh yeah, it's all explained in the documentation. You read the documentation, nothing makes sense. You don't know what's missing, and things just don't work. So that's where I was with systemd, but I'll try to make it work. So meow. Oh, you're probably hearing the background. Oh no, you're not. Okay, because she's listening to a little song. Good morning. So if you're hearing it and you're becoming insane, that's on me. So. Okay, so that follows. So that's why that's a pain. Okay. Systemd sounds like a pain chaotic. Okay. According to you, what's the best choice for an init? It's systemd. Okay. It's absolutely systemd. Systemd is yeah, it's just the best, right? People have a lot of roast to give their init system. They're like, oh my god, it contains everything. It breaks the Unix philosophy. But at the end of the day, centralization is truly something that is great. Oh man, I'm going to get a lot of people to hate me in this. So, the thing with centralization is you create a standard, okay? And when you create that standard, you can get everybody to adhere to it. There's something really great to the fact that like file systems are standardized. Before they're actually put into action, you have the actual writing of how you're supposed to build that file system. If there was a way to make it more optimal, if you use another language or if you make it another way, somebody would do it and they would be able to replace it. It's the same with systemd. Everything is standardized. You can do the same thing with systemd and cut some part out of it or add some part to it. But nobody does it. Why? Because it just works. It works better than a bunch of other things. And yes, you love bloat. I do love bloat, okay? I love it. What the fuck? R in its system. Insert Bugs Bunny meme here. What? Wouldn't that be like a communist meme? Like, comrade, here's R in it. No. Okay. So, System D is fun to hate, but yeah, it's hard working with others, to be honest. Until you learn them well. It is taking over Linux a bit, though, but also what you are saying makes sense. Yeah, it's just like people have such a frustration with systemd, but you could put that blame towards every part of the system. The kernel could be blamed in the same way that you blame systemd, right? You could say it's not the job of the kernel to put those function, right? We see those function. Oh, what's the name in the? Anyway, you see some function that actually goes into the kernel for oh god, I'm not going to find it, and it's going to be a pain. Is it the last one or is the one before? Oh, okay, that's the one. So things like NT-sync, right? NT-sync is a synchronization primitive that works pretty much. It's done for wine. It's done for games on wine, right? So you have some people that will come out and will say, hey, I don't want that into the kernel. That's not its place. But the truth is, all of those things are modular, right? And people think that it's different with systemd. No, systemd is modular. You can remove large swath of systemd if you want, the same way that you can do with the Linux kernel. And why are we hating? Because, oh my god, it's such a bloated thing. Why are you even caring about this? You can split it away, right? It's not things that will be stuck there and that you're stuck with. You don't want that part of the code? Kill it. It's easy. Like the Linux kernel, you don't like NT-sync, remove it. It's not, you're not forced, right? Yes, it will be compiled by default by most OS because they care about their user experience, but if you don't like it, go use Gentoo and compile it yourself. Systemd is fun to hate. Okay, why do you think people hate systemd? You use Windows. Yeah, you already have that hate. Lol. Okay, so oh my god, I don't know where I want to go with this. Let's start with the first question. Why do you think people hate systemd? I think people hate systemd because they have two parts of their brain. They have the first part of their brain, which they have an ideal, and they want this ideal to be everywhere. And their ideal for Linux is this niche project that only ultra nerds use, and we're supposed to be the extra optimized perfect system that needs to like work with insane performance. But that's not true, right? That's not what Linux is. Linux right now is an open source project, but it is mainly driven by commercial interest. It is mainly driven by Microsoft, by ARM, by Intel, by AMD, by NVIDIA. Name a big company that works in the server industry, they're going to be the one that are driving the ship right now. And when I say that, that's not a bad thing. The reason why I have such big videos to make about the kernel is because those people are making the patches, those people are making the changes, and they're all employed by big companies from IBM to Microsoft that actually make the patches that we enjoy. Yes, there are still those small people that will make those niche patches, but I mean, at the end of the day, Linux is the reason why we have those patches is because it is commercial. It's because they turn themselves towards the enterprise, towards good evil capitalism for some people, right? So that's why we have those things. You use Windows and you already have that hate. I'm not sure how I should interpret that last part. I don't hate systemd. I actually like it very much. I think that it's one of the greatest things that ever happened to Linux is that centralization of the init. It could have been any project, to be honest. It could have been sysv. It could have been, I don't know if I have others in the chat. I don't remember my OpenRC. Like, there's a bunch of init, but the fact that we're using one and that we're following that standard, that's really good because it tells everybody, hey, if you want to use the init, follow that path. And I don't hate Windows. I don't know if I'm prepared to debate that. I'm gonna have to take a look at the chat to see how much you push. Okay. I mean, I honestly like how unified systemd is. Yes, how heretical am I? I am, I know. Yes, that's an heretical belief. You should be excised from the Linux community for thinking that something being unified, simple, and always working on every Linux system is a good thing. That's insane, right? We all believe that something that works universally is great, and that's the biggest impediment to Linux, so much that we pretty much all agreed, well, when did that start? Like 8 years ago? That we need to do a new package manager, we need to go into snaps, we need to go into flatpaks because we need something centralized that works for everyone, right? We all agreed on that back then, and of course, now I'm not sure if we all agree, but the biggest problem for Linux is indeed that we don't have anything centralized, and centralizing it more can give some boost, can give some positivity. Okay, so that's an answer for somebody else. Let's all roll back to systemd init. I mean, we could, right? If every Linux used systemd init, even if there's a reason why we switched to systemd, it's probably because systemd was absolutely inferior. But if we all switch back and every Linux used systemd, that would be a great thing. That centralization, that universality would be very good. Bcachefs, my beloved. Didn't Bcache just lose people's data? Or nah? Kinda. It's hard to judge Bcachefs because you see a lot of things online of people saying, "Hey, I've worked with the guy, and the guy's an absolute hassle," or "Hey, I've used Bcachefs, I lost all my data. I came back to the guy, and Ken told me to pretty much fuck off." But it's the internet, right? What am I supposed to believe here? Am I supposed to believe those people who tell things that may be complete lies? Or am I supposed to believe the guy who has every incentive to lie, right? Because Kent has a lot of incentive to lie. If he wants, he can just say some bullshit to sell his file system. But at the end of the day, he still needs to appease his backer, right? And there are some people that uses his FS in a professional setting, so he cannot lose the data of those people. And whether you like it or not, Kent is a smart guy. Kent is he made Bcache, he made all of those things. He worked at Google for some time. He's a smart guy. You cannot deny that. I've seen videos on it. It won't stop me from defending it with all my art, though. Okay, we're talking about Bcachefs here. Yeah, I mean, or we're talking about systemd in both cases. I mean, just use what works and support progress. That's all there is to it. I feel ya. I haven't messed with it, to be honest. Know enough to like or dislike. Okay, not sure which one. It goes against the entire Unix philosophy. We're talking about systemd here, I think, but yes, systemd goes against the Unix philosophy, but maybe the Unix philosophy is just there to get you to some place, right? There's nothing good with the Unix philosophy. It's not like magical that if you follow the Unix philosophy, you're going to have a good project. That's not true, okay? We all know that that's not true because if we follow the Unix philosophy for everything, we will never have a good looking, a good universal working interface, a good GUI, GUI if you prefer. So, yes, sometimes we need something like Discord, right? Discord does like 1,000 things. It does some of them good, some of them bad, but at the end of the day, Discord it works, right? Let's spam the link again. Spam the link to get more people in, but Discord does some great thing. So, oh man, am I going to find my things? Okay. Right? Discord violates the Unix philosophy, but it's still great. So we need to keep that in mind. The Unix philosophy for me is great for small programs that you want to make singles unit of, but when you go a little bit higher, when you try to do things that are a bit more complex, the Unix philosophy goes out the door. Same thing with the kernel. The kernel does not follow any part of the Unix philosophy, but it is pretty much Unix. It doesn't have the certification, but it follows a lot of the Unix, of the POSIX standard. Anyway, actually, and some man, actually, and some dude, man. Okay, thanks for all the Linux work you do. Thank you, Eatzeeb. By the way, I use runit as my default init system in void. Since I used to use systemd, it was very pathetic to troubleshoot within its complicated. Yes, when you change init, it's always going to be complicated, right? It's always going to be a pain, but that's just because you change init. That's not because the init is necessarily bad, and we need to live with that. I think that all of the init are great, right? I don't have any problem with any specific init. I have a problem with us using 15 different init. It's a little bit like I could say that it's kind of not a good idea, the fact that we have so much distribution. If we had only 2 and a bunch of repository for each, that would probably be way better for our growth as the Linux community, as the people that use Linux, as the simplicity that it is. But I mean, Linux is what it is, and it's good also. Ned the Foss Fox. Not a slur. Hello. Hello to you too. What most people call systemd is a bunch of utility projects living under the same umbrella. True! But they are still different parts. True! One thing for sure, though, systemd is very Linux-centric. Indeed! I don't even know, is systemd even able to run on anything not Linux at that point? It uses so much thing from Linux, and it's the focus is pretty much only on Linux, so I don't think that like other init can run on BSDs and such. I don't think that's the case for systemd. Okay, systemd init isn't that bad. No, it's not. Oh, I skipped that one, I think. So long as it can be developed reliably and in a decentralized, forkable manner, who cares about how centralized it is? Kind of true, right? I mean, if it's open source, if we can all add to it, if there's not like some insane commercial interest that comes up, like if anybody knows the story of X, not X like Twitter, but X like Window X, where there was well, the people that had the project tried to commercialize it, and then there was a fork. So like you don't want to be in a position where one of the things that everybody use can be made commercializable, or the word is not commercializable, but closed source at least. That's what I'm searching. Alright, I'm shutting down for the night. It's init 0. Okay, 45. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Bye the thinker, I hope that you're still there. If not, well, thank you. I understand that it's very late for you EU people. Oh, you're on Windows. Last thing I was expecting, but I don't care. People shouldn't care what others use. Instead, politely push people to get uncomfortable and learn how technology works. True. I think what matters more is that people know how it works and how to use it. True. Just for those that entered a little bit later, I was a big Linux user, like for the last 10 years. I wasn't even in high school when I started. So I know my way around a Linux, and we're still going to choose my next Linux distro very, very soon. I won't lie, I still enjoy using Windows some for gaming. The thing that pains me the most is that why don't we have the kernel anti-cheat? Why does that exist? Come on, that's just cheap, right? And somebody in my comments for the video that I talked about, how's it called? It's called mseal, right? The thing that seals memory. It's not last video, is it? It's not last video. Oh yes, we talked a little bit about it. mseal, right? mseal, you can make some memory immutable. So, but immutable wouldn't work for a game, right? Because the game need to change those variable, and that's the issue. God damn. Well, it could be used a little bit for that, because some people in my comments were talking about, hey, we could maybe use mseal for a kernel level anti-cheat. And I thought that sounded very smart, but sounds like it may not work. Anyway, I recently played Risk V, and I found that running Linux system on Risk V is simpler, especially in terms of memory management. This has been a great help in my learning of Linux. Yes, Risk architecture and ARM are really, really way better than x86 at doing things without being overly complicated. Otux does a few things and does them poorly. Well, that's normal, right? You're starting up, you're starting off your how you do things. So I hope that you're enjoying doing that. I mean, man, I would not be able to program an OS. That would be insane. I gotta start using Discord again. Yep, I'm gonna make you use Discord. By the way, I hope that you. I hope to get an introduction to the architecture under Linux, Arch, Risk V. Every gets simpler, pure under Risk V. Okay. I did not get that, but someday I'll probably talk about Risk V architecture. Why do I say Risk V? Oh my god, Risk 5. Sometime my brain. Also, like systemd, saw a talk from a guy who made NixOS work without it, and made a projects that made Nix package plus modular. That kind of stubborn how Linux made the Linux for. Okay, I did not get what you were saying here. I'm sorry, but yes, being stubborn is part of being a dev, right? When you see people doing dumb things and doing them often and long, that's kind of being a dev. There is a new fork named Xlibre that just happened. What? We're talking about something that what? Why am I willing things into being? I didn't even see this. I don't know why we would fork X, but probably we'll see that in the future. I saw that on /G. What's the thing with it? No idea, buddy. I was talking about what happened 20 years ago, not what happened right now. Ned, just okay. So GNOME has IIRC as a hard dependency on systemd because of login D. Yes. Okay, you have some software that have hard dependencies. Yes. Well, I think that sucks, but that's things that need to happen. Yes, I just saw that. No, my English is poor, okay? Not only is my English poor, and I'm having a hard time right now reading. Oh man, I'm hard to follow, okay? My brain is. Do any of you know the streamer, okay? XQC. XQC, you know? He's Québécois, and oh man. he timers through everything, and I feel exactly like him. I feel like I'm just bashing through my words right now, and they're coming out like how they want to come out. x86 is so specialized though. Does RISC V have AVX 512F and stuff? Kinda. So what's fun with RISC V? Why am I telling? RISC V. So the fun thing with RISC V is that everything is kind of an extension. So if you need it, you just slap on that extension, and now you can have that capability for AVX 512. So you like it makes a little bit of sense for your CPU to be this extremely simple, streamlined thing, and to have a bunch of cores of it, and to have maybe some, not side CPU, but side function of those CPUs. So if you have something that is there to do a bunch of AVX 512, well, you put that function throughout all of your cores, and now your RISC V processor is super fast for this. But if you're putting this in a simple laptop and you maybe don't need that AVX 512, like most people are complaining about that technology, right? The big complaint of those technologies is that they're inside of our CPUs, they're taking place, but they're unused. So kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation for what you put inside of your silicon. But RISC V has the right idea. You're going to make your CPU for what you need to do. You're not going to put AVX 512 at everything, because most people don't care about it. But some will need it, so you put a module, an extension to it. It's not as hard as you might think it is. For a guy that has a hard time like coding in C, yeah. But as we say in Quebec, chapeau. It is truly inspiring to see somebody able to make their own kernel. Man, screw Discord, pick something more obscure, confuse everyone. Indeed. Yes, I needed to go back to IRC. Go back. You know what the kid yearns? The kid yearns for IRC. Okay. She's coding right now. So, okay, I wish I had the time for RISC V and SRM. Don't remember what SRM is. Are you talking about ARM? Yes, that's ARM. Okay, for ARM. Yes, they're just way simpler, right? They've shed a bunch of their bad things, and x86 tried to do that, right, with their x86S architecture, where they would shed a bunch of their dumb things that they used to do, like 16-bit and 32 bits, that would be enforced through software. So yeah, that should have been the way to go. I don't know why Intel dropped it, and I don't know. My brain doesn't understand Intel and AMD. At that point, ARM and RISC V is an existential crisis to them. I don't know why they're not like fusing and doing everything together. Yes, RISC V as a vector extension, exactly. So it's all true extension. I from EU currently 05 AM. My view of replacing Windows with Linux. I have been using Linux, Arch by the way, for about 4 months now, and I love it, especially for game dev with C, with SDL2. True, game dev with SDL2 is absolutely perfect for Linux. But I am probably cursed with gaming because I can get any games to work on Linux, so I gotta keep my Windows installed around on another SSD. That's exactly how I feel about it. And that's what I'm going to do, right? I cannot just stop playing with my family, stop having some fun now in a day, now in some time, right? So sometimes you just gotta live with it. Thank you for being out so damn late. Oh my god. TeamSpeak. Yes, TeamSpeak's trying to do a comeback, right? In China, some university offer undergraduate students the opportunity to learn RISC V and HDL. Haven't heard of it. What is HDL? High density lipoprotein. No, I'm Joking. Hardware descriptor language. Okay. Okay, so okay, I think I get it. Or no, maybe I don't. Okay, I don't. Or maybe I do. Screw it. Isn't it like the language that you use to design your CPU itself? Maybe. But okay, so they can design their own RISC-V CPU and even tape them out. I love how you answer my question within your declaration. It's really crazy. It almost like the whole country is going through history of CPU development all over. Awkwardly, I'm from Taiwan. Oh yeah, yeah, that must be something a little bit weird. I know that inside of mainland China, um, no, no roast here. Uh, I'm with Taiwan 100%. But okay, inside of mainland China, there's because of the embargoes and the limitation that the U.S. and all of the other countries are putting on China, they're kind of forced to do their own CPU development. So that's why we see them going so far for their own resources in terms of how to do their CPUs, how to do their GPUs, how to do their AI. So they're really pushing far, far, far there. I hope you have a cap or no. Okay. Okay, I get it. Yeah, I would. Yep, but I would want a cap saying like I'm cursed to keep Windows because of games. Absolutely. If you want to know how ridiculous x86 things, look up 820 gate. Ooh, that sounds like something out of Knowledge Town. One of the electrical line. Okay, I'm gonna read this a little bit later. That sounds like pain. Anyway. Yeah, you agree? We both agree. That's fun. Okay. Yeah, x86 has a bunch of insane things. Like you see that they built their 16-bit, then over that they built their 32, and they were like, Intel was clearly like, we're going to create our own architecture, everything's going to be fine, and finally nothing was fine. they just they just continued using it. They could never shed any of their features. So we have a bunch of unused silicon on a chip. And also, for some reason, x86 has a big problem with actually optimizing their chip correctly. If you're watching the Linux kernel video that I made, you know that there's a bunch of setting that they can do to actually improve the performance, improve the energy efficiency of their chip. And the truth is, I don't remember what computer it was, but that's like 2 years ago, there was some computer running Windows, and there was the latest Mac with the ARM chip. And the computer running Windows on x86 64 was able to beat, for the same battery, the battery life, which to me kind of broke the barrier in my brain, which says, because when we think of x86, we're like, oh my god, impossible to optimize, right? It's always garbage. It's always going to have low performance efficiency. It's always going to be an absolute garbage to optimize and to use its power efficiently. But no, it's just the setting. They're just not making their things correctly. They're not, I don't know, they're not taking the time to set up their things correctly. Your chip presses on the gas for nothing. It's dumb. They have an open source high performance RISC-V core in Chisel. What do you mean by Chisel? Not the tool, you dumb tool. I saw GitHub. Okay. Oh, Chisel. Okay. So it's a tool. Good. Okay, open. We're googling a bunch of things, okay? What is that? Open Xan. Okay, we're we're talking about tools here for CPUs and CPUs themselves. Good. Okay. Isn't AGL what you use to program FPGAs? Maybe that is. Yes, okay, that is. Thank you. It's like Windows. It's a beautiful onion. Okay, we're talking about x86 here. Yes, yes, it's like Windows. x86 is Windows. It is the Windows of architecture. It is an onion. It is Bane. Okay, that's x86, baby. So now that we only have the true believers, how about we choose? Okay, what should I have as an OS, as a distro? I need to find how to do a poll. Can we do straw poll? Yeah, we can do that. Okay. So, just before we decide to choose, we need to have a real choice of what we go with, okay? So do we go... Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, that's what I have to think about. How about we go by family first? Ah, shit. That's not a good idea. Oh man, I don't know what I want to do with my life. Do I want to waste time of my life and like go with Gen 2? God, I'm sorry. I'm being so dumb right now. I'm not able to I want to try Kashi, but I have too much in my Arch install. Okay, right now I'm really debating if I'm just jumping on Arch and being like an absolute menace, like being the dumb guy that's like I use Arch by the way. Um, oh man, what's up with NixOS? Okay, you NixOS people, why? Why is it that good? Oh, and you're going to tell me that Nix is like the non-system D thing? Okay, please, Lord, tell me that it uses tell me that it uses system D. Okay. Okay, I think it does. Thank Lord. Gen 2 is a commitment. Debian wastes the least amount of time. I disagree. Debian itself is oh, if you're talking about the family, yes. I prefer Ubuntu. Um, actually, listen, you can use it, but you have to declare it. Okay, that sounds like you isn't NixOS Arch toxicity to the power of 6? Yeah. Yeah, it feels like it. Wait. Isn't Nix the drama thing? Oh man. Oh man. I had accepted people calling me Nazi and considering me. Okay. Nix is the drama one. Nix is, oh no. I don't use Nix. Okay. Okay, so Nix is the reproducible build thing. Well, that sounds kind of dumb. I'm sorry, but reproducible builds. That's called a script, buddy. Um, I think, yeah. Don't worry, we're all guessing here. Um, oh man. Oh, the file structure is different from other distros. Yeah, I think that kills it. You know it's good when it's a drama queen. Uh, yeah, but oh boy, I love the drama, right? You gotta love to be the producer and the recipient of 8. That's also important. Byte equal level, reproducible, which is a big thing for security. Makes sense. No one really cares about the drama in the real world. YouTubers play it up for views, absolutely, right? I don't give a shit about the drama, but it's fun, right? The idea of like two people yelling with each other, it just draws your attention, right? But who cares at the end of the day, right? I don't care about that thing. Toxicity is imaginary. You can use whatever you like. True, but being toxic is part of being a good Linux user, right? The Arch, by the way, meme is not a meme for nothing, right? We've got to be a little bit toxic. What about Poppy Linux? No, that's too deep. Poppy Linux actually castrate your OS. You have a hard time doing real things with it. It's so minimal. Although it is pretty impressive, the level of minimal that it goes to. Well, it is impressive. I'm lying. Um, I'm bored, so I made the stickers. Look in media. Oh boy, I want to see that. Cursed with gaming on Linux. True. Oh my god, with Inkscape and whoa, that's great. I insane. I'm jealous. You know how to use Inkscape. Okay, we have a bunch of things here. We have a bunch of things here. Okay. We okay, I don't know what's going on here. I'm getting overthrown. Have you made a poll? No, I'm truly I don't. You don't? Well, how did you make this icon? Okay. Have you made the poll? Okay, screw Nix. Okay, screw Nix OS. We're out. Okay, Nix is out. You know what? We need to start drawing this out. Okay, so let's make a canvas. Oh God, let me make a canvas. Okay, let's put the right language to my keyboard. Nix OS in the red. Okay. Not using. Oh, not using. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so not using Nix, okay? We've got that down. Okay, let's do the maybe. Maybe using. Put it yellow. Let me live. Okay, maybe using. So, okay. Okay, now we're being serious here, okay? We're being serious. Hey, remove those folders, please. Thank you. No, do Nix. Nix is good. No. Screw Nix. I really enjoyed the videos. Thanks for keeping up to date on kernel improvement. I'm trying to. Won't stop. Okay, we have Fedora, okay? Fedora. Okay? Fedora is in the maybe for now, alright? So, Arch. Is it like Nix Arch? And I'm... If it's Nix Arch, I'm banning you. No, it's worst! The perfect Linux distribution for degenerate weebs. If I'm scrolling down, is this like a ban? Okay, I get it. Okay. You were close to the ban, brother. Thank Lord for my slow wheel. Okay. Red Star OS based. I want to see how Kashi is. Kashi is absolutely a choice. So is Arch. Okay? So is Arch. So you know what? Let's put Arch. Okay? Bazite. Screw Bazite. Bazite is dead. Bazite runs like absolute garbage. I don't like Bazite. Too young, too simple. Sometimes naives. OS. And what is this? Okay, it's a muzzle base. We're skipping it. Love that you shared it, but I ain't a testing ground for that minimal things. Keeping me typo. Oh, okay, you made a typo. Okay, don't worry, my brain is slower than your typo, so we're all good. Fedora is lame, at least do Arch. I know Fedora is lame, but it is a serious contender, right? We've got to say, Fedora is a serious contender. You know what? I'm going to trigger you all. Ubuntu, okay. Ubuntu. I'm putting a fire under your butts, okay? There's a chance that I go back to Ubuntu. I'm never doing Gen 2, okay? I'll put it out. I'll put it out. I'm not doing Gen 2. Gen 2, I don't have enough time to compile. I'm not doing Kali. Kali Linux is for... am I going that deep? Okay. It's not for hackers. It's for wannabes, okay? It's for people that think that they have some kind of superpowers when they don't have anything. I'm sorry, Buchan. I hope that you're not using it. Install Arch. Put your desk under the archway between rooms behind you. Use Arch in the Arch. Wait a second. Wait a second. We're gonna... Okay. Indeed. Indeed, it would work. But you're not seeing it, but yeah. I kind of gotta keep the wall up, right? I don't want my daughter to just run out and commit some kind of suicide down there, okay? So we gotta keep the wall up to keep the kid off, okay? We're like Donald Trump, okay? But first term, okay? I'm going to build a wall, but I actually did it. All right? No, that's another cam. Okay, we're back. Snap is the root of all evil. Oh man, that would be an insane troll. Like I'm building Ubuntu but with only snaps. Ooh, I would have so much hate. Nothing wrong with Ubuntu. A Gen 2 is a waste of time. That's my feeling. What is that editor? That editor? That's oh man, my head is hiding everything. For the love of God. Wait a second. I'm triggered now. Okay. Trigger avoided. We're good to go. Okay? We're good to go. What's that editor? That's Obsidian. Did you mention which Linux distribution you're currently using? I'm currently using Windows, brother. I was using heavily edited Ubuntu before. So Ubuntu server that I installed myself. Gen 2 repository, host binary package for a lot of package now, but I understand. Yes, Yes, they do. I don't know if it was you that gave us that detail before, but we had that detail before, and it's fun to know. But yeah, the goal of Gen 2 is so that you compile your shit. So if you're not using the OS for its intended effect, that's kind of dumb. It's so good, honestly. Okay. Um, Endeavor OS. I've installed this one for my mom and she likes it. What's Endeavor? Oh, Endeavor is the Arch installer, right? You what the fuck? You install Endeavor for your mom? What? No way. Endeavor, Archway, Archbase, lightweight. Why? Why would you not install Linux Mint? I've installed Linux Mint for so many people, and it just works. You've got to give it to the Mint team. They're absolutely insane. They're French, but from France. That means that they're the inferior version of France, of French. Sorry. Well, French is inferior. Sorry if there's any French. Not sorry. So yeah. So, okay. Did you make your kid pay for it? Talking about the wall. Did I did I make you pay for it? Did I make you pay for it? Yes? Okay. I made her pay for it. Bazite is 100% trash. People won't like it, but they are lol. Bazite is trash 100%. People won't like that, but they are. Okay, you're saying. Oh, okay, okay, I get it, I get it. My brain just lagged, but he's saying that Bazite is trash, which I agree. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit less rude. If there's somebody with the Bazite team, you can do your project. It's good. It's just not for me and not for everybody. Anybody that I know. I don't know a case where Bazite would be superior to another distro that already exists. So, yeah. Ubuntu has a big problem. Its package are often too old, so I frequently have to compile the source code myself. That's true. Ubuntu has an old package problem. What the fuck is this? Erlin OS sounded cool, but I need someone to test this first. Wait, you two men is a someone. Oh man. Are we debunking this right now? Maybe we are, maybe we are. Well, first of all, if I'm installing Arch, I'm not installing it myself. I'm not wasting my life with that. So, what have I done? So we're probably... I don't know how that's... Endeavor. Is that how we write it? Don't kill yourself. Yeah, it really... Turns out that's the effect of knocking your head. Okay. How is that written? Oh. Where's the E? God, why is that written like that? Okay. So if I'm using Arch, I'm using something like Endeavor. Sudo rs and the Rust core util. I don't know. Isn't Ubuntu starting to use the Rust core util? That's actually fun. Oh, I didn't know it was mentioned before. No, you're all good. You've jumped in here. That's normal. I have been getting my hands dirty with Rust, and it's been pretty rusty. What trying sudo rs and the core, or is it Rust in general? Oh, okay, you're asking a question here to Ghost. What's too old? Okay, Debian. Debian itself is pretty dead to me. I really don't see why I would use Debian over Ubuntu. If I'm using Debian, I'm using Ubuntu. Unless you have a good art. You know what? I'll put it in limbo for now. I'll put it in orange. I need a very valid argument for Debian. I have no idea why somebody would use Debian over Ubuntu, especially knowing that Ubuntu has a lot more package than Debian, and Debian is even less supported than Ubuntu. MX Linux is a solid distribution. I know MX Linux, but I don't remember what it is. Let's Google it. Oh, they're the one that are doing their own. Didn't they used to have their own interface? And what's special about MX? About us. Overview. To the MX Linux began in discussion. Who gives a shit? MX, okay, who care? Why we do it? Okay, but what's special about MX, brother? What's special? Okay, we're just like saying MX Linux is great because it's great. Nice! Easy way, okay, but why is it superior, folks? Okay. MX seems pretty dead. I don't even know why it would be superior. Okay. Nobody is talking about anything. Okay, Rust in general I like. Building terminal tool is dope with Ratatouille. But yeah, I don't know about sudo rs. I'm not 100% Rust in the kernel personally. Just no extra work for cdev, but that's another story. Yeah, the Rust kernel thing is like so complicated, but I think that like 90% of the issue is that people are trying to kill each other. Like people are creating drama out of nothing. Because even if the issue was just like, oh, cdevs are overworking, like that's an issue that we can talk about without going scorched earth. And let's be honest, who did not laugh at the intervention, or however you can call it, from Ted So when you had, it was Kent Overstreet with another guy that were talking about Rust, and you had a freaking Ted that comes out of nowhere. I won't subscribe to your religion. Oh, Ted. Why? Why? That was really funny to me. I love how my joke taken seriously got Nyan on the no list. Yes, you deserve it. You deserve the ban. Okay, Arch has come with an Arch install script for a couple of years now. Really? I thought that you had to do the packstrap thing, and then you have to put your grub thing in it, and then, oh well, that's pretty much two commands. I may be just a little bit dumb. Okay, servers, my dude, for Debian. Well, why would I use servers why would I use Debian for servers when I can use Ubuntu? Right? But Debian unstable, that's kind of in the word, right? Don't you want to not use Debian unstable if you're not a beta testing trash? PopOS. PopOS is truly interesting, but it is also hardware dependent. And you might say, oh no, it's not, right? It's System76 that does it, but it can be on any computer. True, but let's be honest. Are we really expecting System76 to do actual support out of their computers? No, right? They're only going to truly support their own machine, and for everything else, who cares? So I don't really want to have to use that. Just like I wouldn't really want to use a SteamOS even if it's available to everybody, that is not truly supported by Steam. I can confirm that the Arch install script is super easy to use. Well, Packstrap is easy to use, but it depends how easy you're talking about. Debian as a desktop is not that nice indeed. Thank you. MX is a free okay. MX is systemd free, so that's fun to know. That means no. Okay, so let's start putting. We're really searching hard for my OS needs. Okay, needs systemd. You gotta have that D. Okay. No jokes. Totally serious. Okay? You gotta have that D. I love how people say lighter is better. Is a pill P50 all that much? What's a pill P50? We're going in the memes now. We're going the memes. What's a pill? Oh shit. Oh man. Oh man, that's yeah, yeah, that you know what? That's not true. I what's the oh man. What am I thinking of? Okay, that's funny. Okay, thank you. Anyway, yeah, clearly, sometimes we need a little bit more thing on the bone. I really do enjoy Rust. We all do. I'm almost positive MX is the same as NTX. Probably anti-X, I mean. Probably. Hello, Anis! Yeah, you install Arch the hard way one time in your life, and then after you break it, you could just use Arch install forever. Okay, so the command itself is Arch install. Thank you. Because Ubuntu has more package that can get ect. Yo. What does that even mean? Lol, I said something about MX that was auto remove. It's not on your screen. Maybe. I have not filtered anything, okay? You could say some racial slur, and it would up on my screen. Don't do it, please. Look up the dev for MX. I'm almost positive. Well, in the little thing for MX, they said that they came from anti-X, right? So it would be a cooperative venture between anti-X and MX Linux. So they're the same communities, right? So Keshi sometimes beat Arch with Linux Zen. Linux Zen is hit or miss. From the tests that I've seen, there's some tests that will perform better with a Linux Zen kernel, and there's other that don't do anything. If you can install using Calamares installer, then you know enough to use Arch install. Oh, I don't doubt that I can use Arch install. I just don't know if I want to mess around with the terminal that much. Well, wait. Arch install. When you install using Arch install, can you like choose your DE? Or do you need to like do all of that afterward and just beat around the bush with it? Oh man, I feel dumb. It's been so long that I've messed with that. Anyway. No, no, I'm not messing with that. I spent a lot of time studying what each command does under the hood while installing Arch Linux. It really helped me learn Linux itself and the interaction between Linux and different distribution. True! Installing Arch is actually a great experience. When I did it back then, it was fun. It was like 8 years ago, but yeah. Lol, yeah, definitely is. No, I'm not saying you did, but YouTube did. Probably his name to be on it. Okay. Oh, okay. No, I was not saying that you were lying about the anti-X comments, of course. I was just saying that I didn't do anything. Okay, Arch Linux lets you choose your DE. Oh, it's kind of interesting, right? Because if it wasn't, I was like, what's the freaking point? I'm not like wasting my time. Oh man, maybe I'll... Oh no! Oh no, I'll be an Arch user, guys. Oh man, you're panicking, eh? I just don't know if I want to mess around with the terminal that much, says the guys who does does the whole series about Linux from scratch. True! That's absolutely me. I'm like, do I want to mess with the terminal? Ends up like running 500 terminal command. Yesterday, okay, I had some things to do, and I ended up messing with my server for the website for like an hour. I didn't want to do that. I freaking hate doing that. But I did it for an hour. That's my life. However, in terms of productivity, it might be opposite using Arch daily. Actually quite... Oh shit, I have completely roasted your statement. It might be the opposite. Using Arch daily actually takes quite a lot of time and effort to maintain and learn. True. True. Definitely CachyOS makes Arch for noobs. True, they have their own install. Same install difficulty with the Debian GNU installer. If you were to choose a Linux distribution, what would you expect to use it for? Very limited gaming. I need to be able to make videos out of it. That's pretty much where I'm thinking about this, right? Because I want to... Oh man, my biggest problem right now is that I cannot just hop onto a Linux. She's vibing, okay? I cannot just hop onto a Linux and just start running commands and having things that work, right? If I want to do that, I need to have another computer running Linux and having a second keyboard, or worst, having a virtual machine, which is absolute garbage. So I want to be native, being able to run Linux command that actually works, right? That are standard. So that's why I don't want anything that doesn't use systemd, because if I go that route, I'm pretty much 100% going to waste my time trying to make a systemd scenario work while I'm showing something. So maybe Arch is the way, right? Because Arch can be modified. Anyway, that Arch may be the way. The Arch guy, if you're anybody else right now, Arch is starting to sway me. Arch is... They're making the argument. Worst scenario, you can just remove French. If you're talking about my French racism, absolutely. Let's remove the French. Oh god, that sounds a little bit too fascistic. Anyway. Yeah, D is an option. Okay. Maybe NM2E is an option though. Or that's for the network, right? Yeah, NM2 is the simple setup for network. That's very fun. I like that tool. Lol, you're panicking, hey? Of course I'm panicking. I'm an Ubuntu user, okay? I'm a savage. No, that's not true. I'm the inverse. I'm civilized, okay? I'm civilized Ubuntu user. And you're going to absolutely sway me for the Arch, okay? So... Actually, you can change the desktop environment on any distribution. True, I even do rising on Ubuntu. That's true, right? That's what I was doing before. I had a rinsed Mint install with Sway a while back. Mint seems like the worst distro to modify your DE with because it's such a unit. Not a unit in like a positive way, but a unit meaning like it's one complete thing. If you want to go Ubuntu based, Tuxedo OS really work well on my HP Omen laptop. What's the point of Tuxedo OS? What's special about it? We're going to end up in a vote here. Oh, it's for okay, so yeah, that kinds of kills it, right? If it's an OS made specially for hardware, I'm skipping it. There's an installer for CachyOS, like a package manager. CachyOS Hello likes to remove DB lock. Okay. Okay, cool. Full OOTB. What is OOTB? What do you mean by that? Out of the box. Oh, okay. Out of the box. I get it. Not necessarily. I don't know what you're talking about exactly, but you can use Artix. It has OpenRC. That's exactly what I don't want, okay? I need systemd. Because if I'm doing a video and what I'm reviewing uses systemd, I'm not about to do a freaking 15-minute setup for OpenRC and having everything be complicated for nothing because it uses OpenRC. So that's why I need systemd. Okay, I breathe systemd. I am systemd. I think I misspoke. Actually, just downloading packages is fine. But when I use Arch, I tend to subconsciously. Oh my God, you know what I mean. Spend a lot of time reading documentation for the software I download. So the learning curve is quite steep for me. It's really more of a personal issue. Yes and no. I found that when I was using Arch, I would have more of those time where I would download something and it would screw something up inside of my system when at least when I was doing the same thing with Ubuntu, it wouldn't. rm-fr/ equals remove French. Let me run that command. Absolutely, my French racism is has no bounds. Looks like another person is about to join the Arch religion. Huge victory. No. Nah, lol. Mint is just frickin' Ubuntu. Lol, not as bad as Tux though. That's pretty much what I think, but Mint is not bad, right? Mint is I don't think you meant that it was bad. Mint is great. I like Mint. OpenRC is horrible. Wouldn't say that, but in the environment that we're in right now, using OpenRC is a huge waste of time. I would not do it if I were you. Lol, my bad, was not paying attention. You don't have to. You don't have to be sorry. I'm Canadian. I'm sorry enough for all of us. Sorry, don't mean to hate. I know you don't. Love you too. Yeah, systemd is pretty integral for ease of use. True, that's exactly it. Snapshot for fixing breaks. I ain't doing that, brother. I ain't. I'm not about to have like BTRFS with backups and then roll back my snapshot and then my snapshot is like not working because some crazy thing happened. No, I ain't. Mint not bad. Everybody came to the defense of Mint. Yeah, I have a soft spot for Mint too. Mint is truly one of those OS that is really good at making things simple and dumbed down. Wow, that sounds a little bit rude, but that's not. For the people that I have installed Mint 4, there it feels like XP, like Windows XP. Like it has that core simplicity where you truly cannot do something wrong with it. So I really like that. Try to drive you away from the one true faith, but I suppose there's no helping it now. Oh no. Arch is coming for me. Folks, Arch is coming for me. Okay? Not that dumb. Arch. No. Give me the icon. Not con. Icon. It's coming for me. They're coming. Okay. Lol, you trippin'. It's great, bro. BTRFS assistance for a non-terminal user. Oh no, I'm not saying that I'm not okay, we're reversing thing here. I see what you're thinking, brother. I'm not saying that BTRFS I'm going to screw up a command. I trust myself. What I don't trust is BTRFS itself. And also, I like having multiple partition, but I think that I need to stop that, really. Before I used to have a partition for my home directory, home partition, and the rest for the slash, which makes things very fun when you want to reinstall, but it also makes things really dumb when you want to have a snapshot set up. So, yeah. Oh, she's playing with the ball now. So, okay. But no, I won't be using BTRFS. I will 100% be living in dangerous land. I don't give a shit. I love Mint for old laptop. Otherwise, that would have just been e-waste. Now it's sitting in my closet, but I could use it. Yeah, I used to have a laptop like that. I'm too streamlined on efficiency these days. I need to go back to the days where I could waste a full day on setting my Linux for no apparent reason. I've been on my very first Arch install for the last 5 years, and the worst thing I had to do was to rerun grub-mkconfig that one time. Arch just works for some people, and some others, like me, it just dies, but oh man, I think you know what, we're making the poll. We're making the poll, folks. So, what distro am I using? Okay. Not multiple. It's a rank. No. Oh, screw it. We're living with this. Okay, so Ubuntu. We have Arch. Okay. So right now, the true contenders are Arch, Ubuntu, and I'm sorry, I know if I put Fedora, I will have only one people voting for it. People don't actually believe in Fedora as a religion. I don't think that they believe in Ubuntu too, but I gotta keep it there for my sanity, okay, folks? So here we go, okay? Why is my chat having such an issue? Yeah, for real, lol. There's a fat guy in the Arch logo. Wait. I want to see that. Because that's funny. Oh no. Oh no, it was the other Arch. Oh no, I'm not finding it. Oh no. Okay, I've skipped the funsies now. I skipped the funsies. After you use Arch, there is an increased probability of becoming a weeb and a furry. Known fact, fighting the Arch, it has corrupted me. True! I have severe trolling addiction. True! Just true, okay? Using BTRFS for a while on both my work and personal laptop with compression and no backups. too scared to use snapshot, but so far it works great. Well, to be honest, if you're using compression, you really should use a snapshot. Anyway, yeah, I think it has been tried and true pretty much. Too much data loss. Oh, you're talking about BTRFS. Okay. You can't unsee it in that logo. I don't see it, okay? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the fat guy. Or maybe... Oh, okay, you're talking about the meme. I think I get it now. Okay, I'm dumb. I get it now. So is it like... Okay, that's what you mean, okay? That's your average Arch Linux user. Well, clearly I'm way too fit to be that guy, okay? Well, fit is the wrong word, okay? I'm not moving. Oh. Oh no. Oh no, that's me. That's version Windows user. Anyway. Okay. So OOH. Ooh, are you talking about somebody? OOH DEAD is under the arch. Oh, okay, that's an acronym that I don't know, but you're saying that DEAD is... Okay, you're saying the meme. No, it's the normal Arch Linux logo. Well, we've shown the meme, okay? We've shown the meme. I've never looked into Slackware enough. Not me too. Yes, yeah, if you're a BTRFS, check out Snapper. Yeah, if you're using BTRFS, you need those snap. Arch and Ubuntu can be seen as two ends of a spectrum with communities on each side, viewing the other as the evil axis. True, it feels like we're debating like the left and the right in politics. Okay, we have Republicans and we have Democrats. We have liberals and we have conservatives. They're killing each other, okay? So we have the red, you know what? Let's put him to the right, okay? We have the right. We have the okay. So here we have the libtard, and here we have the republicard, okay? So that's the axis that we're in. You need to rise for a while longer to become him. Okay, I get it. I have to use DWM a little bit more. True. Does Fedora has something similar to OR? If yes, I'd vote Fedora. Do they? Well, yes. Not like OR, because OR is from source, but Fedora has alternative repository. The fat guy is in the Arch logo. Okay, you're a little bit late, my guy. Okay. Oh, I did it. Okay, so your O was a O exclamation. Okay, I get it. Sorry, my friend. I'm having a hard time with all of those acronym. I'm being a little bit too boomerish here. Okay, that's a me issue. So I already know what the choice will be, but here we go. We gotta share the link, folks. Vote. Lol, I got 8 rice team I can switch through. Oh my god, that sounds like so much wasted time. Oh my god. Vote for a DE? Oh man, maybe we're doing this. Oh man. Oh man, I'll kill myself. Oh no. Lol, I have my color set up with Pywall. Just switch Steam instead of doing work. Kill me. Everybody's going to vote Hyperland. Do I really want to do this? Oh, folks. Folks, I think we may have a winner. Vote. Vote, okay? Vote till you... Vote, you still have time. We still have time. We still have time for a better choice, okay, folks? Okay. The results are in. We're going with Arch, folks. We're going with Arch. So, next video, that's gonna be me on Arch. Now we gotta do the DE, right? we gotta go with it. So, okay, let's do this quicker, right? We wasted a lot of time here. Let's create a new poll. Let's create a new poll. So, my DE. So, what is Hyperland? Isn't Hyperland a little bit like i3, but new version? Like with Wayland? All the eye candy. Oh, kill me. Okay, I thought it was ease of use, so I was like, that's not what this is. Not true. Oh yeah, join the community. That sounds exactly like it. Or oh, okay. Okay, folks. You know what? We're doing it differently this time. We're going for a new type of vote, okay? The choice is to hyperland or to not hyperland. Hyperland is basically i3 for Wayland. Don't use it if you don't like the terminal. Well, sadly, I've started the poll. CD, what's CD? You've got to vote no if you disagree. Okay, thank you. I'm not trying to leak my address. Oh, okay, that's this old interface. Okay, I get it. GNOME on Arch kind of sucks. Yeah, GNOME does sucks on any distro which is not directly made for it. If you frame step on Ubuntu, okay, there's a serious warning. Hyperland seem to have poor support for NVIDIA card. Oh man, I've got an NVIDIA card. Oh yeah, I'm for sure going to copy over somebody else's work. I'm not rising it myself. So, vote my friend. Vote my friend. Okay, looks like it's been fixed or it should work. There is no hyperland support for... Oh... Maybe that later. Okay, maybe hyperland won't make it. Because I am an NVIDIA user, folks. I am an NVIDIA lover. I am an Intel simp and an NVIDIA lover. Yeah, you're good. That sounds like, yeah, go die. Okay, so yeah, if you don't like the terminal, Hyperland is a time sync. GNOME on Ubuntu is pretty good. True, GNOME is good on the distro that are made for it. Yeah, you're good, then use Hyperland. I'm using an RTX 3070, and it works absolutely flawless. God damn, I would dream of that GPU, brother. I got a 1066 gig, because there's the 3 gig and 6 gig model. I have the big model. I can be bothered rising. I use i3 with no desktop, black square, that's exactly me. I only change the annoying keybinds, exactly me. Just install drivers, yeah. For someone who doesn't do anything, lol. KDE is for gaming, Hyperland is for the illusion of productivity. Both are great. True! The illusion of productivity, I love it. Okay, you know what? We're opening it live. Okay? We're opening it live. I will see what my fate is. Yes, I want to leave YouTube, of course. Oh god damn! I have been saved. I have been saved. Okay. So it's not Hyperland, folks. What kind of what kind of GPU do you use? I heard AMD has really good support for the Linux community. I'm not sure that's true. They have the problem with AMD is that they're closed source drivers, and that's on Windows and Linux, are absolutely garbage. So you're kind of forced to go open source. And people are like, yeah, that's good for AMD. No, it's really just that they're really bad at their job. So, yeah. Anyway, yes, I'm NVIDIA user, GTX 1060 6 gig. So I'm saved. I don't have to use this this thing. So what's next? What's next in the flow, okay? Because right now I have my KDE. Okay, first of all, we see the winner, okay? We see the winner. Winner, you're the winner. Give me the winner. You got the purple, you're the winner. Okay. A friend of mine once told me that 1/8 of the Linux kernel drivers are from AMD. Kind of true. The majority of the lines on the Linux kernel for one exact thing is absolutely from AMD. Because AMD uses some custom config file, which they kind of print and copy over time and time and time again. Don't know why they do it that way, but when you see the changes inside of the kernel, you've got like 50% of the actual lines which are taken by AMD, which is crazy. Any plan for the next video on Core Util? The wget video is a banger. You're probably the only one thinking that. I'm not roasting you, I'm just talking about views. Because it's kind of weird, right? I need to think about the views a little bit because I want my channel to grow. So I cannot really always make those wget videos or those videos about the smaller things. I need to make videos that are a little bit more eye-grabbing. So that's why I'm going into those subjects that I think are more interesting for more people. Because I would like to do this as a full-time job one day. That would be way more fun than having another job and not being able to be with her. So that's where I am right now. And there is a market for it. There truly is. I just want to grind more. If I grind more, I will do it. So yeah, I should probably take like 5 seconds to make another one of those. But they're not views heavy, right? They're not the type of video that rake in the people. As far as I know, like 80% of the kernel is just drivers, so that could check out. Yeah, but AMD itself is absolutely worst, right? The other device drivers and drivers in general are a big part of the kernel, but AMD itself is insane. My vote is for LXQT, but it doesn't seem to support video acceleration. But when we say that, right, we say support video acceleration. That's only for the DE itself, right? That doesn't limit an actual running program. Or am I dumb by saying that? Right? If you're running a game, it's not going to destroy your performance, right? Let's refresh this. I feel like yeah, that's what I thought. Not to keep preaching CachyOS again, lol, but there's support for everything top-notch. Indeed, CachyOS is top-notch, but sadly the winner here is Arch. I need to go pure. Pure. Nazi, okay? Arch user. In my house, we have a 4090. and a 9700 XT. And to be honest, the AMD drivers are probably slightly better in Windows. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I've been in the game for way too long. AMD are way better than they used to be. AMD on Windows XP was something else. AMD on Windows 7 was getting there, but now, since Windows 10, there's no more major issues like there used to be. Like you could have like frequent blue screen just because you had the wrong version of the driver, and that was just like, it's an AMD thing, bro. So yeah, that's the thing with AMD. Yes, AMD makes both driver, open source and closed source. Anyway, time to sleep. Have a good time. Truly, we're going soon anyway because I need to take care of this little demon. She absolutely will start to kill me if I don't resume to take care of her. Anyway, yo, you use winget on Windows? Ever had an issue where like commands disappear? Lol. Winget? What is winget? Oh, okay, it's the package manager. Okay, yeah. Winget. Don't know. Me too. Good night. Good night. You should make a video on Nutshell. It's a million times better than Core Util. Not Nutshell, New Shell. What's New Shell? Don't know New Shell. Okay, it's a new way to do shell. I don't know those heavily graphical shells. I don't like them, but you know what? Maybe I'll give it a try. Good night. Good night. Artix. Probably the way to go, to be honest, lol. Yeah, old AMD drivers were a thing. They were. They kill winget on Windows 10 or something. I don't know. I don't know. So I think I'm going to choose my own D, right? Because we don't really know. What do you guys think about Sway? Right? Isn't Sway like literally i3 but for Wayland? Well, I would be wasting my time. Like, oh man, why am I not like using GNOME or KDE or something like that? Ah man. You know what? Let's make a vote. Let's make a new vote. D. GNOME. KDE. At XQT. XFCE. What else? And you know what? Sway. No, not Sway. Not Sway. I don't want to make videos on those. Mate. I will probably try all of them, but I need my first input, okay? Okay, I have GNOME, KDE, LXQT, XFCE, Mate. X11 or Wayland? I would probably like some Wayland support. Oh, LXQT doesn't have Wayland support. Probably. Wayland. Yeah, it's true X Wayland, right? T-Mux. True. Cinnamon I don't like. Cinnamon truly just feels like it was made only for Mint. Cinnamon is still great? Okay. Does it work with Wayland or... Ah man, ah man, ah man, ah man. Whoa, not what I wanted. Sorry for the flash. Okay. Okay, we're creating our poll. I may have to kill LXQT out of here. You know what? I'm letting it in. I'm letting it in. Okay, folks? I'm letting it in. Send your votes, folks. Oh, I'm out of water. I'll live with it. I'll live with it. Whatever you choose will be my D. I should have some little sound like as if we're in a really intense, no cosmic. You know what? We may do another vote afterward for if we remove cosmic. I don't know. Okay, are you ready, folks? As everybody voted. I think there are some missing voters here. You're already doing Arch. Just do KDR GNOME, or you will have no time left to make videos. True. Soundix is a free soundboard for Linux. That sounds actually fun. I want to see that. Oh no, I want to keep that because that sounds funny. Soundux. Soundux. Okay. Pick your poison. Indeed. Okay, so it's a soundboard. Oh, sounds cool. I may use that in the future. Well, it may not for everyone's machine, but it's definitely an option in sign-in. Okay, we're talking about LXQT here. So, oh no, I don't want to put the result there. I want to put it on my screen. We're ready. Ooh, we've got some diversity here, but I'm using KDE. KDE. Thank you, folks. So we have Arch along with KDE. So that's my jam now. That's what I'm using. Let's kill all of the other rejects, okay? Arch and KDE. Oh, you meant Cinnamon and Wayland. Alright. So, that was fun. I think we did the spin. I saw a lot of people spamming things inside of the chats. And I see a lot of hello world, a bunch of people joining. That's fun. So thank you. Oh, moderator only seems to seems to panic a little bit about what's going on. Anyway, I don't know what half of those things does because obviously I haven't made the server. So Arch KDE, I'll download that within the week, and next week we'll get a video talking about something else. I'm actually working on memory management, Linux, kernel Linux internals memory management. Okay, she's trying to commit suicide or something. So we're gonna have to. She's in the background complaining. So you know what? I haven't used this cam. Yeah. Okay. 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 So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, of course, you can leave a like. I know you already did. Thank you, you bastards. And you're going to see a video about Linux kernel internals, memory management, which is very fun to learn if you don't know the internals of how slab work and how memory work and how all those things work. We're going to go deep in that. Should be next week. Indeed, she's cute. You're cute. Okay. She's completely looking elsewhere. Anyway. You don't want to be a star today? So, that. Thanks for all of the congrats. Thank you for being my viewer. That's always fun. And we're going to do something else next week. Maybe a live. Maybe we have some time for a live. Maybe not. And that's all. So, bye. Do you do bye-bye? Tu fais des bye-bye? No? Okay. Farewell.